to discuss with you a couple different things. We're going to start off first with the Master in Strategic Leadership Development Program, and we will provide you some excellent information that will help you and guide you and motivate you to become a better citizen. And to do that is to enroll into Clayton State. No. But also, we will actually provide you information regarding the MBA program a little bit later at 3 p.m. So make sure you tune in if that is where you would like some information about. So, first of all, let's talk about the Masters in Strategic Leadership and Development. This program is an excellent, excellent program that is necessary in today's world. Right now, we have a lot of different companies that are seeking leaders in their organizations. So we want to make sure you are better prepared to offer any type of services, information, and guidance that your company truly needs. So we're going to start off with some PowerPoints that you will definitely enjoy. It will have some key information and some key dates that is important for you to have when you're trying to make this very vital decision. We also have a special guest here. We have Miss Isa Cannon, who is the admissions director for graduate programs. So this is the person that will actually be the face that you speak with until you actually are enrolled into the program. She's going to today provide you some guidance with admissions, information regarding the programs in general, along with myself. And we're just going to just have a nice conversation with you. So if you have any questions, please feel free to type in immediately. We have someone here that will be able to answer any questions. We'll answer them on camera or just on a chat box. So make sure you ask any questions that you have regarding the program. And we are happy, very happy to actually assist you. So let me first start off with introducing Miss Isa Cannon.
Hi guys, my name is Isa Cannon, as Dr. Womack just stated, and I am the Associate Director of Graduate Enrollment Services. And after she gets done giving you guys the details of the academic side of the program, then I will give you more information about what you need to do to apply into the program.
I love it. All right, so let's begin. The Master Strategic Leadership and Development focus on equipping students with knowledge and skills necessary for you to become a better leader and a better advocate for your company and for yourself in general. So we're going to actually address some of those soft skills that's really necessary in corporate world as well as in the government world. And so you think, oh, soft skills, I have those, but what soft skills do you have is something that you will have to really determine for yourself. So, for example, what is your strategy behind building your brand? How can you build your brand? What is your brand? Those type of questions and processes that you have to think about is very necessary for you to become a better leader. And so we want to make sure that you are prepared for that. So you can look at that PowerPoint, and it provides you different levels of leadership skills that is necessary. And so you could read that on your own, so we're just going to move on from that just quickly. So teamwork is very important. And we want to talk just a few minutes about teamwork, problem solving, seeking answers that no one else have seeked before. And those type of questions and type of skills is vital to any person, any company that want to be successful. So this program here at Clayton State University really focuses on how to enhance those skills that you probably already have. And so we want to make sure that you are definitely confident, definitely more engaged into the process, and just want to provide you opportunities to growth. So I believe this leadership program really, really, really emphasizes the importance of those things. Don't you, Ms. Cannon?
Yeah, because with this particular program, what I tell students when they do call about it is that you can use any type of skill sets coming from this program to help you with any type of field. It doesn't matter what you get into, whether it's technology, whether it's education, no matter what you get into. So I definitely agree with everything that you're stating about.
Yes, yes. I mean, that's one of the questions I get is that I don't have a background in business. Is this program for me?
Mm-hmm.
It is,
Yeah.
because leaders is in every organization. And so the skill set is definitely transferable from this program to corporate America, to government, to nonprofit, to being an entrepreneur. So in all those different entities, you can become a successful individual and create successful programs from that because you have the skill set that's necessary for you to grow. So let's talk about the curriculum. The curriculum is basically 30 credits. So what does that mean? It means that you can actually graduate within a year if you are have the time, the flexibility to take about 3 to 4 credits per per semester. So the way that the Clayton State University program is outlined is that we have what we call mini semesters. Those mini semesters are 8-week long. During this 8-week long session, if you take 2 classes the first mini semester and then take 2 classes the next mini semester, you are able to complete 4 classes within that one semester. That is 16 weeks. 16 weeks long. So with that, you're able to actually complete within 1 year. But if that is a little bit too much for some of you all, I completely understand. We all have full-time jobs, potentially. We have, kids or family or just life in general that may actually hinder us from taking all 4 classes in a semester. That's okay. Take as many as you like and that you'll be successful in. I always suggest for people to take at least 1 class the first semester and maybe 1 class the second semester. And what that do is it allows you to have full financial aid if you need it. For grad students, you need a total of 6 credit hours to become a financial aid recipient. Right. And so with that, you will be able to still complete your program. It'll take a little bit longer, but it's necessary because you don't want to just rush through and not do well. You want to actually obtain those skills that are necessary to make an impact into your corporate or to your corporate or nonprofit world or wherever world that you're entering once you leave this campus. So let's talk about the actual degrees. The degree requirements require you to take 10 classes. The classes titles are Management 5101, which is Innovation and Design Thinking. That class really allows you to stretch your developmental skills on how to become innovative. So that class really, really, really is a great resource for you if you would like to become an entrepreneur. Management 5111 really builds on your leadership and organizational skills. And so that class really will offer a lot of different organizational behavior, elements for you to review and for you to learn from and for you to actually change, if necessary, the behavior in the organization. So it teaches you those different skill sets that's necessary for you to become, effective in organizations in general. Then we have Management 5107, which is Leadership and Values. That really tells you about, leadership and the value system of how to have a great moral compass when you have to make those really difficult decisions. And it really, provides you some great guidance on that type of necessary decision-making abilities. You have Management 5108, which is Talent Development. That's more geared towards like HR side of things because it's really developing your students or your workers or even developing yourself because you're really developing talent in general. Then you have Human Resource Consulting, which is another great class on negotiating. Negotiation skills is really important in any type of environment. Then you have Management 5114, which is Leading Diversity and Inclusion. I think this class is really powerful in this diverse world because when a lot of people think of diversity, they think of maybe ethnicity,
Right.
but what they don't think of age gap generation,
The way
knowledge
people, the way people think, yeah. The way they
knowledge
think.
gap, right? Because for maybe my students that are really, I guess, fluent in social media platforms, they may think that is the best way to communicate. But someone, that it is another person in class may think, no, I think face to face because that is how, they have already communicated and it's been proven effective. We have different, every type of diversity type of questions in that. And so it really helps to develop, what is diversity? How do we embrace diversity changes to become a better organization in general? Because every diverse person bring diverse successes, ability to the table. So you don't want to lose out on those type of opportunities because you don't understand that different person from diversity standpoint. But I mean, I'm trying to think of all the other diversities besides age and ethnicities and knowledge gap diversity. Can you think of any?
That's the only ones, the major ones that I could think of. Yeah, those are the major ones.
The
I could think
major
of,
ones, yeah. So, but I know that there's several different more because I've actually been honored enough to actually sit into one of the classroom, and it was really, really impactful for me. So, it's a great class in general. Then we have the Management 5115, which is Global Human Resource Leadership. So, how do you become a leader globally? We no longer are in a economy where it's really all national funds and national type of transactions take place. We are more of a global society. It is very easy to have business associations and entities globally as it is to have it right down the street from you. So we want to make sure that we understand the global diversity within for the leadership within the system in general, within the international world, as well as we just want to be knowledgeable about global development within and global leadership in general within the context of business. So then we have leading by management conflict. Of course, there's always in every organization is going to be conflict. So it's great to have those skill sets to actually maneuver through. And then you have personal branding, which is one of my personal favorite because everyone is a brand. And so you have to actually brand yourself and for you to become a little bit more successful in life. And so it teaches you those type of skill sets. And then the last one is strategic leadership development. I think all those classes are key.
Yeah, and I have a question too. So just to make sure that the students are aware, is there any order that they have to take the classes, or can they just take them?
Good question. No, they could take the class. There is no prerequisites for this program in general. So they could take whichever class they like at any type of time. So great question on that one. So the next slide is admissions. So do you want to take it from
Yes,
here?
I will take it from here. So I hope that we are now ready to become a Clayton State University Laker. Go Lakers. So with that being said, as I stated, I oversee the admissions process. And for those of you that are interested in this particular program, there are certain requirements that you will have to fulfill in order to have Dr. Womack review your application so she can make a decision as to whether or not you will be accepted into the program. So I'll give you guys a list of those requirements. The first one, of course, with any application, there's an application fee, so you do have to go online. It is electronic. You pay the $50 application fee. One of the tips that I say to any student when you apply online, make sure that you click credit card when it's time to pay so that you can pay for it electronically. There is an option to pay with a check. However, if you pay by check, then of course you have to mail it in or you have to bring it in, and that holds up the process. So just make sure in order to make the process smoother and quicker, just pay by credit card. And then there are college transcripts that are required. College transcripts need to come from any institution that you've ever attended. If you did graduate from Clayton State University, we will have that transcript. So you don't have to worry about submitting that transcript. But if you went anywhere after Clayton State, we will need those transcripts, and they need to be official. And so we tell any student whenever you're submitting official transcripts, you can either have them mailed, but they have to be sealed to the college. You can bring them in. If you bring them in, once again, they have to be sealed. And then you could have them sent electronically. And there, if you go,
And just to clarify, sealed from their university, not from
Yes.
just sealed
yes, do
in
not
general.
open it.
Okay.
And seal it yourself. It needs to come. It needs to be sealed from the actual institution, and it cannot be opened. Once you open it, it's no longer official to us. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then we also require that you submit 3 professional references. The 3 professional references is not recommendation letters, so you do not need recommendation letters, which is absolutely great for this program. So you don't have to worry about going around getting anyone to write a recommendation letter for you. The only thing you have to do is just give us a list of names, 3 names and their contact information. We highly recommend that it comes from someone professional that you have worked with or from academic side. And then lastly, we will require a statement of purpose, and then lastly, a resume. When anyone asks me about a statement of purpose, what I always tell them to do is just write it like a cover letter. Write it as though you're trying to sell yourself as to why Dr. Womack and the committee should choose you to be a part of this program. And then the resume is required. However, there on the website, it does give stipulations as to who has to submit the resume. If you have a 3.0 or higher from your undergraduate institutional GPA, you do not have to submit the resume. So just make sure that after you leave here today, go to the website so that you can look at the different components or different sections of the requirements, so you can make sure you know which one you fit into, and it'll determine if you have to submit all of the documents or if you only have to submit selected documents. So another tip, whenever you apply, you do not have to attach the documents to the application, nor do you need to fill out the work experience. For any documents that we require, just email them directly to us at graduate@clayton.edu. That's how we would prefer documents being sent to us. And once again, it just makes the process faster. And
Do you want to talk about maybe some of the supplemental admissions criteria?
yes. So after you have submitted all of your documentation, and on that note, when you submit your documentation, just give us time to process. So it could potentially take up to 2 weeks once we've received everything for you to receive a decision. The great thing about Dr. Womack is that she's very dynamic and she's very quick about getting us a decision. However, sometimes there are things that are out of our control and it may hold up the decision-making process a little bit, so just be patient. Now, once that happens and once we get all of the documents and we collect them and we submit them to Dr. Womack for review, if everything is good and you've met all of the requirements as is stated on the website, you're good to go. However, if you fall under a 3.0, then there may be other supplemental admission requirements. For instance, she may require that you come in for an interview, or she may conduct the interview by phone or Skype, or I guess.
Right.
Yeah, she can conduct the interview any way she chooses fit. So just keep that in mind if in fact your GPA does fall below the 3.0 general requirement. And then also too, if your GPA does fall under that 3.0 requirement as well, it is advisable of you to have experience, like 3 years of professional management experience, just showing that you've been in the field a good bit of time and you have the experience. And that will benefit you in many ways, just in general, but then it will also show Dr. Womack that you do have the skill sets necessary to be successful in the program.
Right, because we understand that if you went to school a while ago, but you have demonstrated, years of professional experience, so you've been in the marketplace and you've been impactful in that area. We want to make sure that we don't hold you accountable from years before of that GPA experience, but we will require, again, some additional information to make sure that you are ready for this program.
Right, and lastly, just to piggyback off of what Dr. Womack just said, even though for this program it's not required, a test score is not required for this program. So for those of you that are hesitant about GMATs and GREs, you can breathe. Sigh of relief. It's not required for this program. That's all I have.
So let's talk about with the application process, and timelines.
Yes, so as I stated, that once we get all of your documentation, it could typically take us up to 2 weeks. And I say up to 2 weeks because in addition to Dr. Womack reviewing your application, there is processing. So we have processors that have to process your documents and so forth. Once we get those documentation, well, there are deadline dates. For instance, for the spring, the deadline date was December 9th. Sometimes
For spring 1st.
for spring 1st. For
Yes.
spring 1st, excuse me, for spring 1st. That was an extended deadline. So with that deadline, it has passed. So you cannot apply for the first term. However, for the second term, if you are interested, the application deadline is February 1st. Now, keep in mind, if we decide we can't extend it, but if you are interested, go ahead and get your application in as soon as possible. The sooner you get it in, the sooner we can make a decision on your application, and the sooner that you can also register for your classes. And you want to register as soon as possible because the classes fill up pretty quickly. And so you don't want to wait until the last minute and then you're unable to get the classes because that could push you back further into beginning the program. So just keep that in mind. For the summer deadline, the first term of summer is April 15th, and for the second term of summer is July 15th. And we are accepting applications for the summer as well.
So, and I just want to piggyback a little bit off of what Ms. Cannon said. We do have deadlines, but we do have what we call registration days.
Yes.
And so we are, during that time period, we actually help you register for classes as a new student. We don't want you to feel lost in the process of beginning a new program and then what? What happens after that? So we have an advisor, Ms. C.G. Fox, who will be your advisor once you enroll into the program. And she will really help guide you and provide guidance on, what classes to take. When should you take them? How about if I'm a little bit too stressed this semester? I start out taking 2 classes, now I want to take 1. Am I allowed to do that? She will help answer all those type of questions, provide those type of one-on-one guidance. If you are online, which all of you will be, because this is an online program, she's still able to give you a call. She could do Skype, she could do Teams. She does many different avenues of communication. So we're able to provide that guidance. So don't think after you apply, you're thinking, what am I going to do afterwards? I need help. It's an online program. Maybe this may be your first online program, so you may not understand what type of guidance is really, really provided for you. But here at Clayton State University, we definitely provide you the guidance to help you become successful in this program. So, again, classes begin for this term is January, but for many of you all just watching, hopefully it'll begin in March because you'll have your application submitted by February 15th. And the tuition, because that is something that, let me just go over that, because that's something that everyone wants to know. They said, okay, tuition is so super expensive. How can I afford it? Here, we definitely do not make that a problem for you all. Our tuition for this program is $11,550. Yes, I said that correct. $11,550. That is, a wonderful price for any program, but especially for this type of level program. And so we want to make sure that it's available to you for this price at this time, and want to make sure that you actually take advantage of this opportunity. So, and this program is AACSB accredited. For many of you all, may not know what AACSB is. Only, I think, 5% of the world have this type of accreditation for a college of business school. And so we are one of the colleges that does, and this program is AACSB accredited, which is a wonderful opportunity for many of you all. So for more information, you can give me a call at 678-466-4520, or a better number would be 678-466-4573, I think it is. And so, for C.G. Fox, she is your advisor. You can also email us at clayton.edu, You can go on to the website. You can get guidance, you can, again, chat in the chat box right now. We'll keep it open for you all. And so this kind of concludes our webinar for today. If you have any questions, you can definitely write it in. Thank you. Thank you for coming also today.
You're welcome. And I guess I should give my contact information.
Yeah.
So my contact information is 678-466-4110, and my email address is my first name. That's A as in Alpha, I as in India, S as in Sierra, E as in Echo. My last name, C as in Charlie, A as in Alpha, N as in November, N as in November, O as in Oscar, N as in November at Clayton.edu. At Clayton.edu. Please feel free to email me with any admissions questions that you may have, and we definitely try to respond back to you within a 24 to 48 hour period. If you email me and it's a question more related to Dr. Womack or CG, I will definitely forward it to them. So just make sure that if you have questions, you are communicating with us so we can get them answered as quickly as possible.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us.